Доброго дня всім.
Доброго дня.
Добрий день.
Добрий день.
Доброго дня.
Доброго дня.
Доброго дня.
Про користь.
В харчових продуктах дійсно є користь, а для яких
Тут ось
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yulia Chorna. I'm a
Hi.
marketing specialist at Grade Education Center. And today we are delighted to have so many teachers with us for the webinar by Yulia Pronina on managing pupils' language learning. So we are in Kyiv, Ukraine. Please let me know if you can hear me well by typing where you are now.
Yeah.
In the chat box. Could you please type where you are now? Київ, Львів, Обухів, Яготин, Чернігів, Одеса, Вінниця. Wow. So many teachers from different places of Ukraine. Is there anyone from abroad? Warsaw. Wow, great. You have some people from Poland here today. Right?
Hello.
Hello. Tarasha, Черкаси, very nice, very nice. Okay, good. So in order for us to work productively today, I would ask you to stay muted and you will be able to use the chat box if you have any questions to the speaker of today's webinar, please, okay? So we are going to talk about managing pupils' language learning. And before we start the event, a few organizational issues that I would like to mention. All of you will get your certificates upon the completion of this event, and they will probably be sent to you on your emails tonight or tomorrow morning. So don't worry, but please make sure that you check your spam box or promotions folder, because those emails usually get into those boxes, into those folders on your email. Okay, I would like to introduce the speaker of today's event. It's Yulia Pronina. Yulia is TKT course tutor at Grade Education Center. So some people who have taken this course at our center might already know her. Yulia is also dealing with exam preparation. She prepares students for Cambridge YLE exams, A2, B1, B2, and ZNO exams. And she is also a general English teacher. Yulia is CELTA, CELP, and TKT qualified teacher. And today she is going to share her experience with you. Yulia, can you see us? Hello, Yulia. Oh, so nice to see you.
Hello, I'm here. Yes. Everybody, you know, like I'm just impressed how many people decided to participate in this webinar. So like, welcome on board. And I hope we will have a good time together.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm giving the floor to Yulia, and I will see you at the end of this event. If in case you have any questions, please type them in the chat box, and I will be dealing with the chat box. And if you have some questions, Yulia will also answer them during the session and at the end of the session. So enjoy.
Hey, thank you very much. So we're going to get started. Let's have fun. So, and just a second. And I have to, okay, press this one. So, hello one more time. Once again, my name is Yulia Pronina, and here on this slide, you can see the name of our today's session, Managing Pupils' Language Learning. You know, like if you work with primary school children or pre-teens, you know, this webinar might be useful for you. If you work with adults and teenagers, I hope that you will still pick up some interesting ideas. Because like practically we're going to speak about classroom management, which is of utmost importance regardless of the age and level of the group you work with. Okay. So, and it is well known that taking part in different activities is a core element if we want our students to learn something. However, in your opinion, does it happen like this? our students come into the classroom and automatically learn something?
No.
Hey, or probably it is our teachers' role to create favorable conditions for our students to learn. Yay.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yay. Thank you. Somebody is responding like, thank you very much. Hey. And speaking about these favorable conditions, can you please type in the chat, what do you think they include? When we're speaking about favorable conditions, what they can be? Oh, friendly atmosphere, building rapport, safety, like safe environment. Okay, creating interest and motivation. Super. A lot of people mentioned mood. Okay, good mood would be very important. Variety of different activities. All right. Thank you very much for your responses. Hey, support and discipline. Like a lot of ideas. Smile. Okay, got it. Very interesting. Yeah, like variety of positive emotions, motivation. Yeah, you know, like I cannot but agree with all your ideas. Okay, thank you very much. So let's games and understanding. Wow. Close. Something unexpected. I like it. Okay. So let's have a look what ideas we are going to speak about today. And I think that they are favorable conditions. Like you can have a look whether you mentioned something like this or not. Okay. I read a lot of notices that people mentioned relationship and like a good atmosphere, mood. Okay. Management style, you know, like you mentioned discipline, you mentioned environment. I think that they are interconnected. Okay, interaction patterns, like you did not mention interaction pattern themselves, but what was mentioned is like different games, different activities, variety of activities. They will involve different interaction patterns, that is for sure. And okay, like I didn't think about clothes, but teacher's personality together with the teacher's smile matters. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you know, it's been really popular to speak about different teachers' roles recently. And one of the main roles we teachers have during the lesson is a managing role, teacher manager. And speaking about managers, in your opinion, what are the important qualities of a manager? You can type your ideas. Okay, I can see hands. You can type your ideas in the chat because like there are many of us and definitely it would be difficult if we speak a lot. Okay, 1 second. Organization, responsibility. Okay. Control, self-resistance, and calmness. Okay. Patience, confidence. Mentoring skills. Okay, flexibility. providing students with clear instructions and ability to give the feedback. All right. Thank you very much for your ideas. You know, like, I'm really sorry if I skipped somebody's idea. It also possible love and respect to students. Absolutely, being friendly. Agree 100%. All right. Now, let's remember our school years. You know, imagine that now you are not teachers, you are students, like pupils. So can you think about a teacher who you liked very much? And in the chat box, like in the Zoom chat, could you please write the qualities? Why did you like that teacher? Oh my goodness, 1 second. Okay. Kindness, a good listener, loyalty, patience, creativity, open-mindedness, communicative, okay, a sense of humor, being fair, friendly and honest, smart, responsible teacher, okay, super. Teaching rather than instructing, I like this idea as well. Okay, genuine and like a real professional. All right, thank you. Now, another task. Can you think about a teacher who you disliked when you were at school? And the same thing, can you think about the qualities? What exactly did you dislike about the teacher? Okay, boring, unfair, arrogant, rude, even rude, oh my goodness. Shouting, mean, oh, dull, too talkative, okay, like humiliating, self-centered, too strict, okay. The teacher is boring and the teacher is bored. Okay, angry teacher. Oh, indifferent, interesting idea. All right. Thank you very much for your ideas. And again, I feel really sorry and ashamed that I didn't have enough time to read out all your ideas. But still, now let's think about all good qualities, positive qualities that you mentioned, and all negative qualities that you mentioned. For example, I will show you what I have, my ideas. So here you can see a grid, and actually you can also make such a grid like somewhere on paper. You told me about the teacher you liked and the teacher you disliked. So now look at this grid. Here you can see a list of positive qualities for the teacher. Like, you know, I suppose that being strict is more positive than negative for a manager, but you can disagree with me and it's okay. And if you have a look at the last column on this grid, you can see the opposites to these words. Yeah, for example, strict, lenient, yeah, sensitive, insensitive, interesting, boring. Definitely, I did not have enough time to include all your ideas, but I included the ideas which I thought when I was trying to recall the teachers I liked and I disliked. Okay, so, and also in between, you can see 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So try to think and Evaluate your personality. What kind of teacher are you? And try to choose something from 1 to 5. You can decide on your own. I can give you around 30 seconds to look at this grid. This time you don't need to write anything in the chat. You can decide on your own. Okay. So now I will give you another 30 seconds. Imagine the ideal teacher and also try to give the numbers to an ideal teacher. Okay, still I can see a lot of things. Okay. All right, you have many ideas. Now I will show you actually my results. Okay. So I was trying to be very strict to myself, but still here you can see whatever is yellow, these are my answers. I evaluated myself, my personality as a teacher. Wherever you can see the green squares, that is my picture of an ideal teacher. So you can see that I consider myself to be a bit too strict in comparison to an ideal teacher. Speaking about like good sense of humor, you know, that is a subjective thing. You might think that you have a good sense of humor, but taking into consideration that we have this generation gap issue, like our students might misunderstand our sense of humor sometimes, or they can find our jokes too boring or too old-fashioned. That is why, like, I gave myself only 3 here. Okay, sensitive. You can see that it is kind of problem for me. I don't know why, but I'm not very sensitive. That is somewhere like the field where I have to improve myself. So enthusiastic and apathetic, and interesting and boring. Again, it seems to me that this one could be subjective, but still, those are my ideas. And you can have a look at the green squares. Now, if you compare your ideas, like the answers for yourself and the answers for an ideal teacher, you can see how far or how close you are to an ideal teacher. So you can see that being strict, like I'm not very far from my picture of an ideal teacher, but still in your idea, like you can share with me your ideas, what I can do to be a bit less strict. Any ideas you can type in the chat? What can help me to be less strict? Okay, like be more sensitive, better understand my students, to give more homework. Okay, I hope that is kind of joke. Okay, smile to everybody. That can help a lot. Yes, like if pupils see you smiling, probably they will think that you are a kinder person. Okay, trust pupils. get loose. Record yourself, like for example, your lessons or while you're giving instructions, and you can hear later whether you sound too strict or too kind. Yay! Have a good mood and more humor. Yay! Oh, there is one idea, connect with your students more. Actually, I also wanted to comment something like this. It would be a good idea to involve your students into classroom management or give them choice sometimes what to do, so that they will have the feeling that they decide what to do, not the teacher. Okay, be aware of a future result. Okay, thank you very much. I also see that many people recommend I be a bit more, like I use a bit more humor. Hey, okay, thank you. Thank you, and relax. Yeah, with being sensitive or insensitive, like I really try to understand my students, but sometimes, that is probably like my personality trait. Like when I compare myself to my colleagues, I see that they very quick to react to some problems. And for me, I have to analyze the situation first. But that is the problem I'm trying to work on and improve myself here. Yay! Okay, thank you. And actually, there are many, many ideas. You can have a look, you can try to do the same activity and give some tips to yourself. Yay! Okay, thank you very much. So we're going to move on and let's have a look. Not only the personality of a teacher matters. 1 second. Positive classroom atmosphere also means a lot. Yay. When we're talking about a positive classroom atmosphere, any ideas what we mean here? Okay, safety, again, smile, games, comfort. Okay, children and respect, jokes and support. Yay, okay, expectations, okay, friendship, okay, like atmosphere without any discrimination, helping students. Yay, thank you very much. Okay. 1 second, now I'm going to show you my ideas and ideas which we're going to speak about a little bit. Sense of security. That is really important for the students, especially for primary school students. High self-esteem. If our students feel secure, if the atmosphere is relaxed and friendly, like it helps them to improve their self-esteem, and of course, they will feel more confident. Okay, so like all your ideas. Oh, somebody even wrote like all are equal. Absolutely. You cannot imagine one thing without another one. Everything matters. Yay. So now look at this picture. Like a classroom is the place where there is one adult. Okay, sometimes 2 adults. I can agree on that. And many, many pupils. So this atmosphere is a perfect place to turn into chaos. And now if you have a look at this picture, in your opinion, like what has happened? You can type your ideas in the chat, like what has happened? A mess. The lesson is over. Okay, if it is like the end of the lesson, it is not a problem. But let's imagine that it is still the lesson time. Okay, the teacher is tired and probably like hence the lesson is boring, which is a perfect condition for students go disruptive. Okay, teacher losing control. Okay, last school day. Okay, some kind of game. And you know, like I can agree that it is possible if the instructions are not clear or if the game involves moving a lot, sometimes it is easy to lose the control of the game like this. Holidays coming, or maybe the first day after holidays, also possible. The teacher has to distract the students from distraction. Wow. Okay. All right. The first working day of a poor teacher. I love your sense of humor, really. Because when I was looking at this photo, I also was thinking about possible problems here. And I identified a couple of them. For example, okay, just two of them have already been mentioned, like losing control. Yes, like the teacher doesn't know how to control the pupils, or just there are too many pupils and it is difficult to control them. Also, like about games, like mingling activity, a lot of movement, which is the task which needs a lot of skills from the teacher and can easily get into chaos. And I also was thinking about students who try to test the teacher, especially if it is a new teacher, yes? So like they have to check what kind of person he is and whether he is able to handle the situation, or maybe he will just say, okay, do whatever you want to. Okay, yay, like, thank you, Miroslava. Like stirring activities turned into chaos. Yay, possible. It was one of my ideas. Okay. So now have a look. Can you see A, B, and C? Like three possible reactions for the teacher. Look through these ideas and can you choose one which, in your opinion, is the best? Okay, you know, oh, interesting. Okay, like the majority of people are choosing C. However, sometimes I can see option B as well. All right, thank you. So, like, to tell you the truth, I didn't see option A. Hey, so right now I'm going to comment on them. Just 1 second. Here you can see the teacher's response, actually the same A, B, C, what you had to choose, and the possible effect. If you think A is okay-ish, so just be careful because in the future, the problem can be even worse. Okay, like the teacher, the students will understand that you turn a blind eye to their behavior, and they can try more and more tricks on you. Okay. Option B, you're the boss here, teach them a lesson. It is possible solution, but only as a temporary one. Okay, like because if you want to show them that you are the boss, definitely like you will include some kind of punishment. And if the teachers are, if the pupils are punished, they can consider it unfair if you didn't warn them about the rules before the lesson. Yay. And you can also see that it can cause a feeling of bitterness. Like, you know, it can lead to students being reluctant to attend the lessons like this with this teacher, because like, he's the boss, I'm the slave, something like this, using some humor. And of course, I would agree that C would be the best option, because it is the solution which will be good not only as a temporary one, but in the long term. Okay? You can work out classroom rules together with your students. And if the students are involved in the discussion, what classroom rules they might have, they might be stricter toward themselves, and they might be reluctant to break the rules. And to tell you the truth, they will monitor each other so that nobody breaks the rules. Okay. So, and actually, right now, let's discuss how we can negotiate the rules with our students or with our pupils. So, for the beginning, like what you can do, definitely you have to give the pupils the purpose that you're going to have a discussion, and you want to come up with some rules which will be equally important for everybody. You can even say that you, teacher, will follow these rules as well. Okay. You can give them some problems to solve. I will show you one of the ideas a little bit later after this procedure. So like, let's keep number 2 in mind. And actually 2 and 3, they go together. Yeah, because like if you give the problem to your students to solve, you can brainstorm different reactions, different actions, or even the whole procedure, and agree on the best way together with your students. After you did it several times, because you can give them several problems, not only one, you can even encourage your pupils to make illustrations to the rules or to make a real poster, which you can put somewhere in the classroom. And then these pictures or the poster will be your co-worker, because in case of behavior, you can use the poster or the pictures to remind your pupils about the rules. Like, aha, like, oh, look. Okay. Be persistent. So like whenever your students break the rules, refer to the poster, refer to the illustrations. Otherwise, they might think that something is not as important as they thought it would be. Okay. As I told you, like some ideas, some illustrations to number 2 and number 3. This is an example of a classroom problem, which you can provide your students with. Somebody is answering the question. So, in your opinion, what should other students do when somebody is answering the question? So, what are your ideas? What rules can the students generate? Listen carefully. Listen to the classmate. Okay. Don't interrupt. Don't laugh. Okay. Be patient. Be silent. Be an active listener. Help. Be quiet. Show respect. Be polite. Okay. Like there are many ideas in the Zoom chat, like how you can react even to what the classmate is saying. Okay. Thank you. Now I will show you some of my ideas, or actually the ideas my pupils generated. Okay, like listen carefully and don't interrupt. That was the idea from my students. So just I picked it up and used it in the slide. And after that, I asked them actually to write, to draw the pictures. Definitely, I don't have the picture with me, unfortunately, but I showed, like I found a random picture on the internet, for example, like this, or like, so that is how it works. To tell you the truth, it is not in the presentation, but what I also did when I worked with kids and preteens. Every time somebody somebody broke the rules, I asked them, first I referred to the rules, and secondly, I asked them to remember and to name, to say 3 other rules. We had a long list of rules. For example, don't rock on the chairs, do your homework, be polite. So, like in a month, my students knew all the rules in English. Like I'm talking about kids. So they even learned some new vocabulary, like classroom vocabulary, and that was good for them. Okay, I see that somebody is being disruptive and trying to draw pictures. Okay, but I deleted all of them. Okay, let's continue. Developing self-esteem is as important as classroom rules, in my opinion. So here you can see 2 speech bulbs, and a person says, I can't do it and is better than me. So practically we see that the self-esteem of this person is quite low. So, in your opinion, what we teachers can do in order to help students like this? Any practical ideas? Okay, respect, support, praise. Stop comparing students. That is very interesting. Thank you very much. Differentiate the tasks. Engage. Okay. Ask easy questions. Pair work. I would agree with the idea of pair work, because if the students are reluctant to answer to a teacher, they might find it easier to work with their peers, with their classmates. Give students the task which they manage to achieve, to do. Every mistake is a step to development. Okay, just give them the slogan, like don't never give up. Projects is another idea. Thank you. Yay. So, together with what you mentioned, there are certain activities which we can provide our students with, and the main aim of this activity is to develop student self-esteem. So here you can see.
А я нажимаю це, щоб написати, а воно щось нічого не виходить.
Okay, maybe I'm not sure what kind of device you are using. Because what I see, you are trying to write on the screen, not in the chat. Try to find the Zoom chat and type here. Okay, so for example, this activity, which is called circle time. Okay, 1 second. So here you can see some ideas, and I will briefly explain what this activity means. If you have a small group of students, like you can ask them to be in a circle, to sit in a circle, or to stand in a circle. If you have a very big group of students, you can divide them into 2 groups, give another task to one group, and work with the second group. So you can provide them with the sentence, like model sentence, language model, and you can encourage all students in the group to complete the sentence. You can see that there could be different types of sentences. I used some of them. Definitely, you are teachers, you can come up with some other ideas. And it is also a good activity, not only to develop students' self-esteem, but also to practice some vocabulary or some language. For example, I feel sad when somebody shouts at me, or I'm afraid of giving speech in public. Or I'm happy when I get a good mark, or I can draw really well. I'm good at mathematics, or Ola helped me when she showed me her answers, or when she told me the correct answer. So you can practice this activity with your students and try to see whether it will work well with your group of students. Okay, and of course, organizing pupils into groups and into pairs is also an important factor to consider, because as somebody mentioned, to make our students feel at ease, we can provide them with group work, projects, and pair work. Okay? Like when the students are a bit reluctant to speak to teacher, they might be more willing to work with other students. And of course, we can monitor them and give the feedback later. But now I want to present you several ideas how we can organize pupils into groups and into pairs. Okay. Oh my goodness, 1 second. It seems to me that I pressed. So one more thing why it is important to know. Here you can see different tasks. Like I opened 4 different textbooks for kids, like 2 of them are for kids and 2 of them are for preteens. And you can see that there are many activities and tasks which require us to put them into pairs. For example, just this one is from Superminds. This one is from Kids Box. like good courses for kids. This one is from New Challenges, which is a course book for preteens. And this one is from Eyes Open, which is also a good course for preteens. So, and if you have a look everywhere, like work with somebody. So if we want not to just skip these exercises, we have to know how to effectively put them into groups. And one of the ideas, like find your partner. You can prepare several pictures, like a pack of pictures, and you can have like 2 cats, 2 dogs, 2 cows, you know, like double pictures. You can distribute the pictures to your students and then encourage them to find the partner, asking the question, have you got a cat? No, I haven't. Okay, you are not my partner. I will go and ask somebody else. Have you got a cat? Yes, I have. Hooray, I have found my partner. Definitely not only with the pictures, you can do the same with words, colors, sentences, some information. Okay. Idea number 2, musical circles. Here you can see the circles on the floor. You can make it easier. You can just draw some circles on the floor and switch on some piece of music. So while the music is on, the students can go freely around the classroom from one circle to another circle. When you pause the music, they should stop, like no moving. And you can say, okay, so can you see people who are in the same circle as you? You're going to work with them. So that would be a good idea if you want to put your students in groups and use something, a kind of randomizer. So it would be good, you know, like if somebody is not with their friend, like you can say, okay, that is music. That was your decision to go there. So next time you will work with your friend. Another idea, you know, like get together. The best idea if you have the problem of space, you know, like when mingling or moving is not possible. You can just say, okay, turn right. Can you see your partner? Say hello to him or to her. Or have a look at the person you're sitting next to. That person is your partner. Smile to him or to her. And now you're going to work together. Okay. Another idea, find your group. So it is very similar to idea number 1, like have you got a cat? Only if that idea was okay for putting the students into pairs, this idea would be good for putting students into groups. Yeah, like you can give the pictures or the words with, for example, vegetables and with the fruit. So they have to find out, like vegetables go together, fruit go together. Good job, we have 2 groups. Or like, you know, categorizing. If you want 3 groups, you have to give like 3 ideas. Yes, like for example, fruit, vegetables, drinks, or something like that. Okay. Now, Definitely, when we organize pupils into groups, there could be some problems. Like I will show you. For example, I already mentioned one of the problems. It is like not enough space in the classroom. Hey, okay, I gave you one of the ideas, like if there is not enough space in the classroom, we can use that simplest idea. Just look at somebody who is sitting next to you. That is your partner. Do you know any other solutions to this problem? If somebody knows, you can type in the chat. What else we can do? Oh, leave the classroom, fresh air. Yes, yes. Okay, super. Let's have a look at the next problem. It can happen that you put your students into pairs or in groups, and some students are dominating, whereas other students in that group cannot say anything. Oh, even moving desks to the previous problem. What can we do with dominating students? Dominating students can become teachers' assistants. Okay, organize dominating students with dominating students. Give them extra task, or let them be the leader of the group with the more difficult tasks. Wow. Okay, and personal task. What about this problem? A lot of noise while grouping or regrouping the students. What can we do about this? You know, sometimes it can happen that you have, oh, somebody, it's okay. Sometimes it is okay. Switch on the music. This group loses points. Interesting, like good idea. Okay. Yeah, like noise is okay, but you know, in school, we do not work only with one group. It can also happen that you want to group or regroup the students, and at the same time, like next door, this other students do the listening task, or they have to concentrate and be in silence. Okay, speak quietly. And the students will also start speaking quietly. Use your gestures. Okay. Hope that it will work. And also, actually, what we can do, we can communicate with our colleagues, teachers, and we can warn them, okay, I'm going to have the class with 8 years old, so it might be a bit noisy at times. Sanctions. Okay, I like it. Record the dog's bark and play it. Okay. Very keen sense of humor, but I like it. Let's have a look at one more problem, L1 usage. If somebody doesn't know, L1, it is like native language, yeah, like Ukrainian rather than English. What can we do if while grouping or regrouping students, our students prefer to use native language? Okay, again, like punish them, give them fewer points, or make them lose points. Oh, provide them with prompt if they struggle speaking English. Okay, super. Like if you use those ideas with the cards, with the pictures, you can even write the beginning of the sentence. Very nice idea. All right. And let's have, remind them the rules. Hey, like English only zone. That is always rule number 1 in my list. Okay, teach miming, red cards. Okay. One more. Some students might become reluctant to work in groups or in pairs. What can we do with these students? Like, I don't want to work with Petya. Can I work with Sasha? Oh, extra points. Encouraging. Okay, promise benefits. Give rewards. Yay. Okay. Super. Individual task. Okay, but then, you know, like this person can also feel a bit secluded because like others will work in groups. Good words. But okay, like sometimes it can help, but not always. All right. But Peter cannot work without you. Okay. Don't put Petra and Olga together if they are not friendly towards each other. Okay, sometimes it can happen. It can be a problem if you work with preteens and teenagers, then you have to be more sensitive. However, when you work with kids, like you can just give them a meaningful purpose. Like it is really important to work with Petra because like Petra knows how to calculate. You can draw. So like you are the ideal pair to do this project work. If you agree to work, you won't get any homework, you know, like sounds as bribe. But okay, so thank you very much. Now I will show you some ideas. We discussed some of them. And just you can have a look at my ideas in the blue. Okay, like not enough space in the classroom, use a different place. For example, playground or school hall, if it is possible. Dominating students, put them together. They will work well together. A lot of noise? Okay, agree on suitable time with your colleagues. For example, if your colleague says, we want to write the test, okay, I will use more settling activities in the lesson. L1 usage, give your students a language model. Reluctance to work in a group, create a meaningful purpose. Okay, and actually, thank you very much. That is the end of my presentation, but now I'm waiting for the questions, and I hope that you picked up a lot of interesting ideas.
Thank you very much, Julia. Let's see if teachers have any questions, and please type your questions in the chat box.
And also, thank you. Like you were really responsive during the webinar.
Oh, a lot of thank you words. Yeah.
I have never gotten so many thanks in my life.
Thank you very much, Julia, for your charismatic, energetic, and engaging presentation. If I were younger, I would like to be a student, of course, but unfortunately, we cannot turn back time. I have some important information for teachers, so I will, if you allow me, I will take a couple of minutes to tell you about more events and opportunities for English teachers that we have. So Great Education Center regularly organizes webinars and workshops for English teachers, and please save the dates because our next huge event for English teachers is going to take place on the 18th of August. So this is going to be a 3-session online event, and you can register for it at grade.ua. This is our website. We are going to have 3 sessions on teaching young learners, teenagers, and exam preparation. This is a free event, so feel free to enroll and enjoy. And we have prepared a surprise, which is going to be released during this event. This is a very special and unique and innovative project for English teachers. So please attend this event and you will know more about it. Great Education Center is also the provider of the CELTA course, and we are running CELTA online, full-time and part-time courses. And the part-time course, which starts in September, is perfect for those who don't want to leave their work. So you can do that on Fridays, on Saturdays. And one good piece of news for the Ukrainian teachers: if you take the CELTA course at our center, Cambridge has kept the old certificate fee, which is £250 around the world, but for Ukrainian teachers, it's £132, and also the course fee. And one more course that starts in September. If you have already got CELTA, please consider taking the Delta qualification for English teachers, and we have the online preparation course at our center, which is Delta Module 1 online preparation course with Christopher Rees, which starts in September 18th and finishes just before the Delta exam in November, and the exam takes place in December. Thank you very much. Let me see if we have any questions. No questions, right? Okay, I will stop sharing my presentation. I was really happy to see you all, and especially Yulia. I haven't seen you for a long time too. Thank you very much, dear teachers. We wish you to get inspired and take some rest before the new school year starts. And see you at our upcoming events. The certificates are going to be emailed. The certificates from Great Education Center will be emailed to you tonight or in the morning. So please check your boxes together with Yulia's presentation and the recording of today's webinar. So if you want to watch it again, you will have such a possibility. Yeah, thank you very much all, and see you soon. Bye-bye.